So I heard a story, and I'd have no reason to doubt the individual that gave me the story. And at the same time, I want y'all to hear the story. And then I want you to let me know if you think that this makes sense. I want you to leave it down in the comment section. Every part of this story that you think is incorrect, and the stuff that you think might actually be on point. Let's work through this one. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Yeah. So apparently, you know what? It doesn't even, this particular video, let's just explain a couple of things real quick. Yes. Tekashi 6ix9ine can ensure that a felony conviction on them being other people that are involved in this particular the RICO charges, that him helping to ensure a felony conviction plays favor as far as him being a cooperating witness against MTG. Let's just be clear of that. MTG and Treyway are two different factions. Let's just be clear on that. Tekashi himself, he is a victim of his own doing, more or less. Let's be clear on that. Nobody is trying to discount whatever his part may have been played in these actions that's happening. He went on the internet. He drew attention where attention did not need to be drawn. He then started arguments and beefs and basically, I don't know if you want to say a coastal war or a feud, because the East Coast wasn't feuding with the West Coast, but the West Coast, for the most part, was feuding with Tekashi. Also, Chicago was feuding with Tekashi. Also, I believe Minnesota was feuding with Tekashi. You get it? So because they all acted in concert together at some point, it makes Danny the best hope of getting a conviction. And the kidnapping. Okay, so I guess I just lost everybody right there, right? Everybody's lost right now because, okay, so I'll go to court. For everybody that don't know, there was a court hearing on June the 10th, 2019 for Nuke, Wavy Baby. And this particular court, they basically, it was, you know, he had to plead. I guess that's what it was. It was this particular hearing. And two of the charges that they actually brought up, because they talked about racketeering and they talked about drugs. This is a fact. But two of the charges that they actually brought up that had nothing to do with racketeering and drugs was a kidnapping, assault, robbery, and a robbery. Now, the kidnapping, assault, robbery, that was Tekashi. The robbery, that wasn't Tekashi. From what I hear, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a comment section down below, it was Roe murder. So real quick, the whole Roe situation, I'll explain. When Roe was locked up, Wavy Baby was taking care of Roe's business, allegedly. I don't know any of this to be true. This is just the story that's out there. It could be as real as the Smurfs as far as I know, right? So Wavy Baby was doing what he was supposed to be doing, his job. When Roe came out, Roe didn't give or compensate Wavy Baby for his hard work. Then the government is alleging, now this is what the government is alleging. that Wavy Baby at one point or another robbed Roe. And also, there's like some weird story out there. I'm not trying to laugh because this shit really ain't funny. But there was a weird story out there about Wavy Baby robbing him and then chasing him through Brooklyn in his own vehicle. Don't know how true this is. It's just some stuff that I've heard. Anyway, those are the two counts that they read off in court that did not involve drugs, right? So, furthermore, let's just be clear on this. Nuke was arrested after Fullbanger exposed Shotti about getting beat up for Harv. When did Fullbanger expose Shotti? It's on this channel. We have the interview. We have the Fullbanger interview. The Fullbanger interview happened on a Tuesday. That's when the video was uploaded onto the internet. On Thursday in the afternoon, Nuke was arrested. In that interview is where Fullbanger spoke about how Harv had put hands on Shotti, and Shotti was like, got hurt, he knocked him out. I don't know. He says he knocked him out. His words is knocked him out of his patakis. For everybody that don't know, when you go to jail on Rikers Island, they give you these shoes. They call patakis. They're basically named after one of our previous governors that I think actually started the shoe program in the prisons, because there was a time where when you went to Rikers Island, you was coming, they was stealing your shoes. Anyway, so everybody had to have the same shoes. Anyway, just so we could be clear on this, Fullbanger on Tuesday, right? It was a Tuesday when the interview went out. Fullbanger said that Harv knocked out Shotti. Wednesday, on Thursday, Nuke was arrested. Let's just be clear on that. Okay? Nuke, being Harv's now co-defendant, and Shotti getting the jury back should tell you something. Now, for everybody that don't know, alright, so I'm going to explain real quick about Nuke and Harv. This is all allegations. Also, I was not there. I don't know this to be fact. But allegedly, there was an issue where Shotti wasn't paying certain people that he was supposed to be paying. And therefore, when those people were saying, yo, look, I'm supposed to be getting some monies, you ain't paying me, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to steal the money from your bag, the bag being Tekashi. So, just so we could be clear, some people decided to rob Tekashi because Shotti had refused to pay them. Just so we could be clear. Also, it could be taken as maybe they made Shotti feel, maybe Shotti told them that Tekashi was the one that wasn't paying them, as far as I know. That could have been what was going on. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the story is. Anyway, Nuke, being Harv's now co-defendant, and don't forget, Shotti is the one who got the jewelry back. Think about that. Shotti knew about the robbery beforehand. Shotti allowed for him to get robbed. And then Shotti went and got the money back. Also, you want to know one of the things that I always thought was peculiar involving that particular robbery? I'm going to tell you what I thought was peculiar. The fact that, how in the hell did he get away? How did he get away? You don't rob a dude where he was sitting next to the door, because his story, Tekashi's story was he was sitting next to the door. They wasn't paying attention. He jumped out the whip and he ran. So they kidnapped him, but sat him next to the door as they drove and stopped at red lights. Who does that? Where that happening at? And then allegedly, he ran down the block and saw a how do you say that? A innocent bystander, a civilian in a car, and then he allegedly jumped in the guy's car, and that guy drove him to the police precinct. I don't know. This seems like way too much coincidence to me, but who am I to say? Anyway, don't forget that Shotti got the jewelry back. The person knew who did it enough to get the... Shotti knew who did it enough to get the jewelry back, basically. You get me? So Shotti knew who to get the money back, who to get the jewelry back from. That kind of means that he could have stopped the that's neither here nor there. Okay, so that person allegedly set up the whole robbery. There's a good chance basically that Shotti set up the whole robbery. Because my point is, Shotti had to let them know, don't hurt Tekashi. But he needed to learn a lesson. He needed to be violated. Get it? So now, the proof that Harv didn't tell on Nuke, because Harv saying he ain't do it, and there's no reason to believe that Harv did it, because why wouldn't he tell sooner? So he not gonna implicate. Also, if he tells on Nuke, he literally implicates himself in the crime. You get it? So he can't say, yo, Nuke did it, if he at the same time saying, I pleaded not guilty. if allegedly you did the damn crime together. You understand what I'm saying? I know there's gonna be people that's gonna say, well, he could plead not guilty and then be like, yo, that guy did. You're not gonna tell on the dude that actually did it with you and then try to plead not guilty in a federal case. That don't even make sense. I'm gonna tell you something else also, but hold on. If Danny told all three involved would be locked up months ago, if Tekashi would have told, they would have all three been locked up. And there's a whole nother thing going on, but I can't even mention that, how I know Tekashi didn't tell. I can't mention it though. It's kind of effed up that I can't mention it. But how much stuff have I been right about? Just take my word on this one. He couldn't tell. That's a fact. Look, man. One more thing I want to elaborate. One more thing I want to point out. Right? I just want to elaborate something real quick, and it's from another video, and I keep having to repeat this because it seems like some people don't get it. When Shotti pointed out Fu in the pictures, that was to get him to add it to the RICO. It didn't work. Because the info shared didn't show no criminal activity or an ongoing criminal enterprise with Fu. But he was sentenced with a gang enhancement, which made his reckless endangerment charge classified as a higher offense. Get it? Pardon me. So I'm not saying that what Shotti did put him on the RICO. What I'm saying is that because he's now being acknowledged as being part of a gang, that makes his charges, his penalties for his charges higher. Anyway, let me know what y'all guys think about this. This is just, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is just a lot of shenanigans. But it seems to me like the information in which I've just acquired is basically saying Shotti told on Nuke. That's why Nuke is he's actually locked up, but he allegedly told on Nuke. I'm not 100% sure of this. I know people that they're pretty confident. I'm not 100% sure on this. Let me know what y'all guys think. Do y'all think Shotti told on Nuke? Once again, I'll lay it out. Shotti owed some people money. Those people felt like they had to violate Tekashi. They violated Tekashi, but they didn't hurt him because Shotti asked for them not to hurt him. Then Shotti went and got the jewelry back in like 2 days. What in the hell? If they kidnapped the governor's daughter, he went and get her back in 2 days. If they kidnapped, I don't want to say nobody's name specifically, and then, like, God forbid, they actually get kidnapped, and then now all of a sudden, like, I'm in the freaking Twilight Zone or some shit. But they got the jewelry back in like 2 days. Remember? They got all the jewelry back except for that one chain they didn't get back. But they got all the other jewelry back in like 2 days. Allegedly. So, I I don't know. Let me know what y'all guys think about this. I'm curious. I'm curious of what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.